Hello, Gemini. How are you? Welcome into your weekly reading. Let's see what the theme is for the week. We're going to start with the theme for Gemini. Release. Okay. So, clearly a week of letting go. Releasing yourself to a transformation of some sort. But also by releasing, you're allowing yourself to transform. You're allowing your life to transform. Something has been like something has been maybe restricting you, just holding you back, kind of hanging on to you in a way that's limited you. Yeah, you're outgrowing something, or you're in the process of releasing a situation where you know it's uncomfortable there. It's not enough space. There's not enough room to grow, and it feels almost like suffocating in a way. It feels very off. It feels very uncomfortable. It feels out of alignment. Okay, and you know you're in the process of releasing it. Let's see what the challenge is. What is the challenge for Gemini? Homeward traveler, completion, reunion, return. This is, as far as the deck goes, this is a card about people who transition to the other side. So, passed over loved ones. So you could look to your passed over loved ones if you are connected to them. And these could be ancestors that you never met, right? I know that's weird, but sometimes I know I've personally gotten that, and I've dealt with clients who have gotten that, where people step forward or try to, become spirit guides, and you never met them in a physical way, but they are part of your lineage. So there's that. But there's also, I think the challenge here is, honestly, it's karmic completion. You have release and then you have completion. That has to do with soul contracts, soul journey, right? Your path as a human being in this lifetime, and then returning to source. So the challenge could be to see that by releasing this thing that you've outgrown, you're actually completing karma, which is, wow, that's a big message. Because there's the understanding this week, or the, pick it apart at the details of what your karmic path is, who you are as a soul. This is about looking at your soul. This is a very spiritual reading. Okay. This is about spiritual healing. Yeah. Look, I cut it and it's the Hangman. Yep. Enlightenment. I want that card. I want that card very, very much. Enlightenment for Gemini this week is all about learning life, death, and rebirth, cycles, patterns, releasing karma. Okay. Ending struggles, ending burdens. There it is. Looking at your book of life, the book of Torah. You're in between worlds this week. You're accessing different dimensions, and I mean that in a way of like, yeah, just you might be doing that a lot during sleep. You might see black crows or ravens, right? Well, I think, are there any species of crows or ravens that aren't black? Or black cats, black dragons, black wolves. Black, just the release again. It's a color of death, life, and rebirth, right? Transmutation. You've put in a lot of work, but I really think you're genuinely looking at death this week, the very real thing that we're all gonna go through at some point in our lives. I think you're really just taking a life review this week, Gemini. You are looking at your struggles, but you're looking at your strengths. You know, you're looking at your flaws, but you're looking at your power as well. And what you're looking at life in a very different way this week. You have a very different outlook on where you have come from, where you are now, and where you're going. And that's on a deeper level than just in this lifetime, just other lifetimes. You're accessing other lifetimes. You're really thinking about past lives, future lives. You know, you might be just studying that this week. You might be taking a class on that, reading a book on it, finding a teacher, maybe. But yeah, endings. This could have to do with a family member and ending with a family member. The struggle is over though somewhere. You're finally feeling free. It's been scary, it's been weird, it's been confusing. You weren't sure. You were fairly uncertain on how you were going to get here. But you're done fighting something, I feel like, and you're done fighting yourself because you know that you have to let this go. You're done sacrificing, I think, parts of yourself for something that has become a huge weight and a huge burden. And you've kind of just, you're done just riding life by, right? Like you're done living the mundane, mechanistic way of living. You're not doing that anymore. You don't want to do that anymore. I think that you're finding purpose and meaning in life this week. And I think that you're no longer hung up on thinking that everything is your responsibility. Everything, like the world is yours to bear. You don't want to be Atlas anymore. I think that's essentially what's going on with the cards. All right. I think that some kind of information comes in this week. And I think it is a messenger of sort, and it could be spiritual in nature. It doesn't have to be a real person, but it does change your mind. This information, this news, whatever it is, changes your mind. Really opens you up to just, you're done. You're releasing the past. You're releasing childhood trauma. You're releasing just the old and the dead. And I keep saying death, but death isn't even on the table here, Gemini. It's not. You're finally talking about things. You're opening up. You're releasing. You're letting go. You're doing a lot of that this week. The wheel of karma is a big deal for you this week. I think that at some point, your your path to happiness was almost causing conflict within. You're no longer conflicted. Again, this feels like a lot of stuff might be happening in the, like you might be visualizing things, seeing things, dreaming things. Maybe in meditation, your third eye gets activated and you get this, profound piece of information from your higher self or your spirit guides. And it kind of turns the page. The page is turning in your book of life. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like this is a big deal. This is a big reading. Honestly, this is a big week. It's a big week for Gemini. You feel liberated to... No, that's it. You feel more liberated. You feel freer. You feel like the weight of The burden is finally gone. You don't have to hang on to it anymore. It's not your sacrifice to make anymore. And it's so powerful in a karmic way. Because you realize you have to, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you want to get back on that plane, you know you can't carry some stuff with you, right? Like, you're going on a journey, Gemini, but you know you can't take certain things with you. You're not as stubborn. Yeah, there's the life review that I said. I don't know why, but I'm really focusing on the cats for you. Yep. Cats. Now, cats are independent, right? That's the spiritual meaning behind them, really, essentially, is independence, but also protection. I think you want to be more, you want to enjoy life more. And you're starting to choose that this week. I hope this helped, Gemini. I truly do. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.